Hello, you incredible humans. Welcome back to the channel. Just me today. Now, if you are using Instagram, it is highly likely that you're using it to generate leads and sales. There are so many great ways to utilize Instagram to turn your followers into clients and customers. So let's dive in. The first great way that you can sell on Instagram is to simply talk about your product or service. Now, that might sound a little basic, but the fact remains that a lot of businesses tend to be a little afraid to talk about their products or services online, mostly in fear of scaring people off and coming across as too salesy. So whilst that is true, and you definitely do have to make sure you don't do that, and you want to give a lot of value in your Instagram, which is something we have talked about at length on the channel, you're also going to need to find a way to let people know that, hey, we're a business and we sell this, and you have something really great to offer the world. So how can you do this? You can talk about the benefits of your product or service and how it can positively affect the lives of your clients or customers. And when I say benefits, I mean the things that it actually does as opposed to the features. They are very distinct. You can also talk about how to use your product, how to actually integrate it into their lives. Just make it abundantly clear that you have something to offer, and you're going to want to slide it in amongst all of the value that you're offering. And as I mentioned, on the flip side, people can come across as a little too salesy or too promotional. So you're going to want to tread a little carefully and just figure out what that line is for you. What is going to be your way of promoting what you do as opposed to giving value? Either way, just let people know that you're selling something. The next way to sell on Instagram is to use automation. So getting into the DMs of potential customers or clients is key, and that is something we have spoken about at length in this video. And one of the best ways to do just that is by using the sponsor of this video, our good friends at ManyChat. So ManyChat are an automation software for Instagram and other Meta products that allow you to automate some real simple parts of the process to get people into sales funnels, which essentially means get them into your DMs. ManyChat are actually a partner of Instagram, which means they are fully approved to use the services. So it's very safe to connect your Instagram and Facebook and WhatsApp accounts with ManyChat. And we've been using ManyChat for a number of months now. And when I tell you it has changed the game, it's changed the game for us. Our engagement has gone up so much after using ManyChat. If you've been watching the channel at all, you would have seen us talk about it, whether it's a sponsored video or otherwise. It's easily the greatest discovery that we have made in the past few years. And we've barely scratched the surface as far as how we could use ManyChat for high season. But what I want to touch on in this video, specifically because we're talking about how to sell, is their live chat function. So being that ManyChat is an automation software, it automates simple parts of the processes that you would normally have to have a human do. So their live chat is extraordinarily robust, and there is so much that you can do. So what that means is you can set up full live chat flows for customer service, for example, on Instagram in the DMs. So someone could pop into your DMs, for example, and they would have multiple options. So you could have something like, hey, welcome to my company. What were you looking for today? And you could be like, help with an order, returns, new order, or something else. And each one of those buttons would lead to a whole bunch of other buttons that would walk someone through the process to eventually either speak to a human or to actually fix their issue that they're reaching out to you in the first place for. So what this does is allow you to help people 24/7. So you could be asleep and people are getting help with customer service without having to hire more staff. So for high season, we've been leveraging ManyChat for our digital products in our online store. So we would put a keyword that people can comment on a post that will then trigger a DM to that particular user, and then they would be presented with a bunch of options. Sometimes it's watch this video, and sometimes we do 2 or 3 steps. It's phenomenal. It's such a great way to open up a real conversation, and often it results in us actually talking to people, and it will do the same for your business. So it is such an incredible tool and an essential part, in my opinion, of using Instagram for any business who are selling products or services online. Now, the good folks at ManyChat have actually put together an offer for you guys today. If you hit the link in the description and then use the code HIGHSEASON, all one word, that will give you 30 days free of their pro plan. So you can test all of the different functions and features without having to commit to anything, and then see if the pro plan is right for you or if the free basic plan will do the trick. So link down below. The next way to sell on Instagram is to use AI to help you with content creation. So arguably the most time-consuming part of running an Instagram account whilst you're running a business is the actual content creation. But fortunately, there are a bunch of great tools that are AI based that you can actually leverage to make your life a lot easier. So you can use one of our faves, Canva's Magic Studio, which allows you to create content, photos, videos, graphics, anything, along with the copy, music, the whole works at the click of a few buttons. You can watch this video where Tiff shows you how to make beautiful content faster using Canva's AI feature. You can also use Canva's AI or something like ChatGPT to create your sales-focused captions and promotional calendars for you. But you are going to want to make sure that you review anything that an AI produces for you, particularly with regard to copywriting. They do still read like a bot, and people are understanding what that is now. People can recognize it and point it out. And the last thing you want is your content to come across robotic or that you didn't care to even put any human emotion into it. So make sure you always review it and change things to put that personality, specifically the tone and brand voice that you have created for your business into that copy. The next way to sell on Instagram is to leverage stories. So Instagram stories is a phenomenal way to particularly engage existing followers, which is something that is very, very important. One great way to leverage stories is to post a series of stories using these stickers. So you could use poll or the quiz, something like that, and then end up at a product or service of yours with a link sticker taking them directly to the landing page or your website. Another great way is to leverage ManyChat for stories automation. So what that is when somebody tags you in their stories, you can set up a flow in ManyChat that automatically DMs somebody who has tagged you in their stories with anything you like. And a great way to do that would be something like a coupon code, and specifically a time-sensitive coupon code. So, hey, use this code for 20% off in the next 48 hours. Now, make sure you're pinning your promotional stories to your stories highlights, because people actually look through those more than you think. You can recreate your online store and the menu in stories with link stickers to each product or service. And that is a phenomenal way to allow people to check out what you do without having to leave the surface of Instagram to keep them on your page. And then they're hopefully going to be more likely to follow because you've made it so easy for them to see what you're all about. Now, that can be for both product and service-based businesses. Recreating that menu works every time. The next way to sell on Instagram is to work with influencers or creators. Now, we've talked about this a bunch on the channel. Working with influencers or creators is one of the best ways to expand your reach in the simplest way to a very hyper-specific niche that you are looking to target. There are a few ways that you can do this. First and foremost, you could pay them straight up, just money exchange, pay them for a post, send them the product, or give them access to the service and make sure they do a collaboration post, super key. And that will be a great way to access their audience. Another way is in-kind or product for posts. So just like a bit of a trade. That's another great way. And that's actually the best way for smaller businesses who are just starting out in that influencer content creator field to get in the game without having to actually take money out of their pockets. You can check out this video right here where we talked about working with influencers to get a little more information on exactly how it goes down. Now, in both of the cases that I just mentioned, you would want to make sure you give them an affiliate link or a coupon code so you can track exactly how that activity is performing for you and whether you would want to work with that influencer again. It's also optimal if you're able to make it that what you're giving them is a bit of a deal, like, you know, give them a coupon code for 10% off, something small at least to give people a bit of a motivation to actually use that coupon code. And then you can track that back to the influencer. Sometimes there's affiliate kickbacks or whatever, but it doesn't have to be. You can also ask them to whitelist your content, which means that you can actually run partnership ads from their account as opposed to your account. So it comes across a little bit less salesy. Super cool way to access that niche audience even more. However you approach it, working with influencers always increases your reach and increases your chances of selling on Instagram. The next way to sell on Instagram is to go live. So going live on Instagram is something that they're focusing on a lot more recently, with the ability to use third-party apps to actually stream Instagram. So then you could use something like a DSLR camera and it'll look so much more cleaner. You can also use those apps to respond to comments. Super cool. So with that, knowing that Instagram is focusing on live, it's definitely something that you could leverage to increase your sales. So say if you had a product or service that is launching, you could set up an Instagram live to promote that launch and to answer any questions live on the spot directly with your customers. And hopefully the idea would be able to offer some sort of a code, early access, something to sort of encourage them to attend the live and actually take some action. If you think about shopping channels or webinars, it creates a sense of urgency around purchasing the product. So it's a great way to definitely get some more sales on the platform. Another great way to sell on Instagram is to leverage social proof. And one of the best ways to sell, period, is to show that other people are already buying what you are selling, specifically if they are influential people. So anytime a customer or client posts about you in stories, for example, or in feed, make sure you're sharing those posts to stories immediately and tagging them and giving them a shout out. And that is actually called user generated content. So it's actually content generated by the users. And you're going to want to share that because that essentially is social proof. It's someone who has purchased your product with their hard-earned money and taken the time to post about it and to tag you to alert you and probably to alert their followers that, hey, this is something that I'm enjoying. So the least you can do as the brand is to share that and essentially reciprocate the love. If you get testimonials or say you have some customer success stories, those are great pieces of content that you could share in feed, and then make sure you share that to stories and to tag them and to give them more love, to show, hey, this is someone who is successfully integrating what we do into their lives. This could be you. And if you can demonstrate how people can use your product or service in real life, that just really shows people, oh, okay, so I see how that can work for me too. So that's a really great way to sort of position what you do in people's minds and make sure that you're actually leading to that sale on Instagram. So now that we've covered some of the main ways that you can sell on Instagram, we're gonna go through a few quick wins that you can activate today and hopefully generate some leads. First things first, add a link to your bio. Once again, might sound elementary, but maybe not everybody is doing that. So make sure you've got a link in your bio. Instagram gives you up to 5 links. So take advantage of those links. You can also use services like Linktree to create a nice little social landing page that has links to all of your other social media, which I think is one of the great benefits of Linktree. And it also presents it really well. You can put everything in the order that you want people to use it in or to visit it in. Maybe there's promotions, your general website, whatever it might be. Make sure you got a link in your bio. You could set up an Instagram shop. So we talked about it a couple of times earlier. Setting up an Instagram shop is for people who typically would have a Shopify, for example, account where you are currently selling products, and you can essentially embed that in Instagram. It's a phenomenal way to do it. You can set up the tagging. So when you actually post about your products, you can tag them in the post, whether it's a reel or a video or a static image, and that'll take them directly to the store. And of course, ads are always the way that you're going to guarantee that you are going to drive sales and attract the right people to your Instagram account. You can drive them directly to the DMs for personalized sales like Tiff did in this video right here, or select some sales focused objectives to drive the results that you're after. And if you are newer to ads, you can leverage Meta's AI for ads, Meta Advantage Plus, to get you warmed up. And that's it. There are so many ways that you can sell on Instagram. It doesn't matter what stage you are in your journey for your business. There's something for everyone to jump into, whether it's something simple for today or something that you slowly work towards in future. So let us know in the comments below how you have been selling on Instagram and how you plan to sell in future. Love to hear about it. Thank you all again for watching, and thank you to ManyChat for sponsoring this video. Make sure you hit the link in the description and use that code HIGHSEASON for your free 30-day access to their pro plan. You will not regret it. It is phenomenal. Thank you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.